Last year, this city was among the most visited places in the whole world. I was here in Istanbul almost a year ago, and my personal opinion was actually that it's a little bit overrated. But I wanted to give the city another chance. So now I'm back, almost a year later. We have late summer, and now we're gonna explore the city together to find out if my opinion changes. In December 2024, I came to Istanbul for the first time. While it was cold and rainy outside, I wasn't really able to enjoy the city. That's why I'm back, this time in late summer, to enjoy some of the city's most beautiful neighborhoods, try lots of Turkish food and other delicacies, and just enjoy life in this beautiful city along the Bosphorus. We are here in the district of Beyoglu. It's rather old. My Airbnb is just back there. I have it for a whole month. And look at this. Look at all of these teeny roads and these very steep hills.
Benle sen gezeceğiz, isterse Kadiköy'e gideceğiz.
It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tamam sen.
No, thank you so much. Bye bye. So, this guy here behind me was very, very persistent to show me around here in Turkey. Though I already have some plans. So we're gonna continue by ourselves. And yeah, just have a look around here. I just love these streets, but as you can see, a lot of the buildings do not look in the best shape anymore. And you probably have heard of the fact that Turkey and Istanbul is waiting for a very, very big earthquake. And I'm not sure if all of these buildings here can withstand that. So this is a really, really big fear. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that later throughout the video. For now, we're gonna have a little look around here. So the reason why I didn't accept the offer of this private tour of the guy is because as a female solo traveler, you always have to be a bit more careful. And I mean, Turks are super friendly. It is such a welcoming culture. And the guy would have probably been fine. But you know, there's this 10% chance that this would have ended in a really awkward situation. And maybe he would have even wanted money in the end. Maybe worse, I don't know, I have no idea. So I'd say we're gonna continue on our own. And just gonna experiencing what the city is like in summer. Because last time I was here, it was actually December, so I agree that isn't the best time to visit Istanbul. It was pretty gray, very rainy, very cold. But now the weather is actually perfect. Wow, look at all of these fruits here. These look so fresh. And it does get visibly more and more busy here. Look at all of these spices here too. There's so many spices. And my plan is definitely to try lots of food together with you. Wow, look how beautiful this road is. With all of the leaves growing across the road. This is so beautiful. So by the way, we are on the European side here. So a lot of the streets here actually look very, very similar to Europe. And sometimes walking these streets, I just think, wow, am I somewhere in Spain, somewhere in France? It's beautiful. I think we've reached the main shopping street here on the European side. Istiklal Caddesi. And it is really busy. There's a lot of tour groups around, a lot of people, a lot of shops. It's a little bit too many people for me, so I'd say we're gonna find some of the side streets, these very cute little side streets, and explore there. This area is already getting so much nicer. What do you think? It's much less people. It is a lot of traffic here, but much less people. And of course, you might know Istanbul is also the city of cats. There's so many cats around here and people take so well care of them. It is so lovely. You can definitely make so many kitty cat friends here in this city. And I love it because all of the cats, they're just reclaiming all of the spaces for themselves. Just look at her. Just look at her, how she enjoys that. One of my Turkish friends once told me there is the belief here in Turkey, if you kill a cat, you will have to build a mosque. And cats are so well treated here. Honestly, they all look incredibly healthy. People always leave like food out for the cats everywhere and like water and stuff. So I think they're very happy cats, aren't you? You're a happy cat, right? Yeah. This is really cool. So we are here on the European side, but we do have a couple of Ottoman houses with like the wood. Wow, this is really cool. It's really, really beautiful. And so far, I think this whole city, what I've seen so far is incredibly beautiful. It's so colorful. There's so many like trees and leaves. You saw all the leaves that grow across the street. I love it. Though we are on the European side here, and in general, there are more churches over here than on the Anatolian side, we can also find some mosques here. For example, this is like the spring where you can wash your feet, where people wash their feet before they go praying. And the mosque is just nestled here in between the trees, right here. And I always love like these towers. Every couple of hours you also hear the prayers across the city, which I personally think is just such a cool vibe. Like, I really enjoy that. Istanbul is built along many hills. So just walking, there are so many streets where you have like absolutely amazing views over to the other side and you see the silhouettes of the mosques, and this is just incredible. Here I found a really, really little excited friend. She's so excited and so keen for cuddles. I think her friend needs a bit more privacy. It's actually time to get some food, I think. I'm a bit hungry, so I'd say we're gonna get some lunch. And we're gonna try some of the most popular dishes here in Turkey. Manti, and I just found this manti place over here. So let's head over there. Food here in Turkey is like a really, really, really big part of the culture. It's really important and people are very, very proud of it. So that's why we're gonna try the manti, the little dumplings. They had some vegetarian ones with a potato, spinach and zucchini filling. So I'm very excited to try. And while we're waiting for the food, I can tell you a little bit about the reason why I came back to Istanbul. Because it is already my second time here. And no, the reason for me coming back here is not the food, because a lot of the cuisine is like very meat heavy. So I'm very happy that we found like these vegetarian mantis here at this place. But the real reason why I came back here is, I don't know how long you follow my journey, but I've been traveling a lot in Central Asia these past 2 months, and it was like really, really intense. It was like some of the most exhausting travel I ever had. I always heard about travel burnout, though I never really thought it's gonna happen to me. It was also really heavy on my body. I live out of 2 backpacks and I have to carry them all the time with me. So my plan was just to like find a place with nice people, with a big city, a nice culture, to rest, to get some work done, to edit all the footage that I have. And yeah, to just like relax. That's why I'm back here in Istanbul. The food just arrived and it looks so good. Look at this. So here we have all the dumplings with this yogurt that is so typical here in Turkey. people love this yogurt, but they mix it a little bit with this tomato sauce here, which looks really good. So I'd say we try that. By the way, this is the first time I ever try manti. I have never tried them before. So cheers. Wow, these are super fresh. Super fresh. Yeah, definitely not bad. I'm usually not the biggest yogurt person, but combined with the tomato sauce, it's really good. I do think it ended up being a little bit too much yogurt for me, guys. This is all yogurt, so the dumplings are really good, but yeah, as I said, I'm not the biggest yogurt person. There it is, guys, Galata Tower. The symbol of the European side, and when you're over there on the Anatolian side, you see it. You see the silhouette of this tower everywhere over there from the shore, from the other shore of the Anatolian side. So let's have a look up there. Let's get a bit closer. This is really touristy here. There are so many people all taking their photos with the tower. Let's head into one of the side streets, I'd say. Wow, this is crazy. This is like so many people. I haven't seen this many people for a while. There weren't this many people in Central Asia. I'm a bit overwhelmed. Everyone's getting their perfect Instagram snapshot. Or maybe their Tinder photo. But I don't know, is that even still a thing? Are people even still using Tinder? I have no idea. So that's pretty cool. Apparently you can go on top to the roof. I just see people up there. But I think this is like way too touristy for me here. I just saw this little street fountain here on the other side of the road, also dating back to Ottoman times. And this is something that is so cool about the city. There's just so much history here. There's like so many ancient things. And now we're getting close to the port, to Galata port. From here you can take a ferry over to the Anatolian side or to the Asian side across the Bosphorus, and that's definitely what we're gonna try out now. So there's lots more restaurants down here, lots more restaurants and bars near the port. This must be a really cool place to come at night. I should definitely check it out. Let's head down to the water. Just look how beautiful this is down here. I just love seeing the silhouettes of the mosques at the skyline. It's just such a unique vibe. And now we're gonna head into the ferry and we're gonna take a ferry across the Bosphorus. So we're literally gonna cross continents now, from Europe to Asia. Here we're at the ferry. Let's see when the next one goes. I got my Istanbul card here. Let's go. I think we have to wait about 15 minutes for the next one. So guys, I think our ferry is here. Let's head upstairs so we can get a nice seat. We are starting. We have arrived to Asia. Isn't that crazy? We basically just crossed continents on a public ferry. Isn't that like the coolest way of public transportation? These ferries here in Istanbul. So let's head out of here. And welcome to the Anatolian side, to Asia. That's crazy. We started all the way over there. Do you see the tower all the way in the back? That's Galata Tower that we saw before. That's Europe over there. This is Asia over here. Now I'd say we're gonna get some post-manti food, like not a dessert, not something sweet. Like, what do you call that? It's not a salad, but it's like a second course. We're gonna get a second course. Turkey has a lot of bakery stuff, like savory pastries, and we're gonna try one. I just see there's a lot of stuff here. Hi. And a little kitty shopkeeper. That's the one I wanna get. Su böreki. One.
One.
Yes, please.
Takeaway.
For outside.
Okay. Drink.
No drink.
No, okay.
Thank you.
Bir sigara istiyor abi. Hemen.
I'm gonna sit here. Thank you. So you can tell people here are incredibly friendly. It does get a little bit windy now, so I'm just gonna put on my jacket. We have late September, so the weather is still really nice, but some days do get a little bit windy later in the afternoon. So I'm excited for my second course. My börek just arrived. Here we have it. Look at this. Su börek, so a different kind of börek. There's lots of different kinds of these. So look at this. It comes with like lots of different layers, this kind of börek, and cheese in between and some herbs. Cheers. Wow, this is so good. These like layers here almost remind me like lasagna sheets with like some cheese in between, a lot of oil in between, but they're cooked, right? But they're like really, really soft. Yeah, almost like a little bit like pasta. Wow, that is really good. Cheers. So the really interesting thing about this kind of börek is that these dough sheets are boiled in water before. That's why it does taste like lasagna. And while I'm eating, there is one topic that I've already mentioned in the beginning of this video that I would like to talk a little bit more about. That's the earthquakes. So Istanbul is located near a huge fold, the Anatolian fold, and it is expected that like a huge earthquake is gonna hit this fold very soon. I think it's like a 65% chance in the next 7 years. And the issue is that most buildings here are not earthquake safe for different reasons, like corruption, like political reasons. Like you probably know there's like a lot of political issues here in Turkey right now. But a lot of these buildings are set to go down immediately. So people are not even gonna have the chance to run outside. And then the thing is, the aftermath of this mega quake is gonna be devastating. There's gonna be famines. There's probably gonna be fires, like chemical leaks. It is gonna be devastating. There's almost 20 million people living here in Istanbul, and millions of these people will be affected because it is gonna happen sooner or later. This was really, really good, delicious. I feel like I ate a lot of food, so I kind of need something to digest it. And there's like this famous drink here in Turkey, which sounds really strange to me personally. It's pickle juice. Because where I'm from, Germany, we usually do not drink the pickle juice. We put the pickles out of the glass, but we throw the juice away. Here, people drink the juice. So let's see if we can find some. And this area where I am, by the way, this is Kadiköy. This is more of a local area compared to where we've been before. Though it is really, really busy too, but I mean, like, Istanbul is just huge. The dimension of the city is crazy. It's like really hard to understand how big the city is. So our goal now is to find some famous pickle juice. I personally really like Kadiköy because there's like lots of bars and restaurants, and once the sun sets you have like a more alternative vibe here. You have a really cool scene and it's just so nice. I mean, look at all of these streets. These cute little streets with all of the shops. Here, Turzu. Turzu, I think this is what the pickle juice is. Oh, look at these two boys. They definitely get a lot of food. But yeah, look at all of these pickles here, so I think we're right. This is where you're gonna get a pickle juice. Hi. Can I get one pickle juice?
Okay, with pickle or just juice?
With pickles, yes. We're gonna try everything. The full flavor palette. Okay, so we get all different kinds of pickles now. That is definitely gonna be interesting. All different kinds of juices. Spicy, yes, yes. Let's get it spicy. Thank you. Hi.
60 lira.
Yes. Can I pay with card? Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Pickle juice. So let's head somewhere more quiet so we can try this delicacy. So this little guy here wants to steal my pickle juice. I don't think you're gonna like that, baby. So I'd say the time has come to try this Turkish delicacy. I do not know if this is really good for digestion, but from what I've heard, it is good to cure a hangover. So if you drank too much the last night, you can get this and I think you're gonna feel much better. At least that's what people say. Now we're gonna try this. So there's a lot of pickles in here, a lot of different pickles. I'm just gonna take this with my hand. I think that's some beetroot. They made it spicy for me, so let's see. Okay, that's just some beetroot. We have some pickles too. Let me see if I can get one. Not a pickle. So let's try the juice. Cheers. Wow. Wow. That is so strong. You know, like if you get like these canned vegetables, like canned beetroot, canned pickles, like canned onions, and like the juice in there, you all put it into here together. That's what you get. It does probably cure a hangover, like I don't doubt that. I definitely don't doubt that. Well, I think we can call it a delicacy, but I honestly think when I'm hungover, this stuff will rather make me throw up than cure my hangover. I cannot eat any more food right now. I feel like I have to lay down to digest. So I'd say I'm gonna head back and we're gonna continue tomorrow. Welcome to another day in Istanbul. Yesterday we had first course, second course, we had pickle juice, but we didn't have a dessert yet. So that's what we're gonna try today. I'm here on the historic island and first thing is we find some dessert. I'd say we're gonna try some baklava, which is a typical Turkish dessert, very sweet. Hi, hello. I would like to try some baklava. Which one can you recommend?
Pistachio, chocolate pistachio.
Okay, can I have one piece of this one? And maybe can I have one piece of this one? Yeah, finished for now. Ah, no chocolate, no. This is good, thank you.
55 lira.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your bill. Very nice day.
Thank you, bye bye. So we have some baklava now. Let's find a nice place to sit down and try. Wow, it's so busy over here, but I think here I actually found a somewhat quiet place where we can try our baklava. So we have two different kinds of baklava. Here we have them. They're both with pistachio, and there are like so many different kinds of different baklavas here in Turkey. And I'd say we're gonna try the first one. This is like super buttery and sugary. Wow, this is actually not even too sweet. It is very, very liquidy. There are so many layers, there's like so much stuff going on. We have the pistachios in the middle. Now, as I told you, there are so many different kinds, but I'm only one person, so I only have the capacity to try two of these very sweet things today. But here's another one. This one is like a little roll. So cheers. So this one here actually comes with walnuts, I think. I'm pretty sure these are walnuts in here, not pistachios. So since I like pistachios a lot, I personally prefer the other one over the roll, but they're both actually really, really good. Very, very sugary, lots of calories, but I'm gonna need that with all the hills and all the walking I'm doing here in Istanbul. So cheers. And here we're in, yeah, by far the most touristy part. Thank you. By far the most touristy part. You're gonna notice that like people will talk to me constantly just to like sell me stuff, because this is basically a huge bazaar. We're not in the Grand Bazaar, and we're not gonna enter the Grand Bazaar today. If you're interested in that, I covered that in my first video of Istanbul. It's pretty bad. It was one of my very early on videos, but if you're interested, feel free to check it out. To be honest, this is actually the first time that I'm visiting the historic island during this stay here in Istanbul, because it is just not my favorite area. It's just so busy. It's so many tourists over here, and everyone wants to sell you shit, and like, I don't want to buy anything. We're gonna head down here because down here is the Egyptian Bazaar. And if we walk through the Egyptian Bazaar, we get back to the water. Okay, they have metal detectors here, but it seems like no one's actually checking. So here we're in the Egyptian Bazaar now. Have a look around. I think it is called Egyptian Bazaar because people from Egypt used to sell spices here. Or maybe it's because this is the place where Egyptian spices used to be sold. I'm not exactly sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, you find all kinds of tourist stuff. More baklava, spices. Like, if you're looking for souvenirs, this is probably the place to go. But this is so many people, so we're gonna head out here. And now I'm a bit lost. Let's find the way back to the water. It did get quite windy, so put on my jacket again. Look at this. It is beautiful down here. And I'd say we're gonna try to head onto the bridge up here to watch the sunset. So right over there we have Galata Tower again. And here on the bridge, all the people fishing, trying to catch some dinner. I actually wonder how clean the Bosphorus here actually is to catch fish. Because there's just so many boats and ferries around. You see all of the boat traffic, the ship traffic out there. So I don't know. So let's cross the bridge now. The sun just disappeared behind the hill over there. This is beautiful. The moment that you've probably all been waiting for. Has my opinion about Istanbul changed? And the answer is yes, definitely. It is an incredible city. It is so beautiful. There is so much to do, really good food, and the people are extremely friendly, extremely welcoming. I really enjoy the culture here, and I am so happy to be able to spend a whole month here in this incredible city. And if you guys have watched the video until the end, until now, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again to my next video next Thursday. Bye bye.